we are discussing geography part, but it is related to chemistry, that is humidity. My request is there, before observing this humidity chapter, kindly observe chemistry lecture about solubility, because with knowledge of solubility and whatever the concepts I explained there, this chapter of geography, that is humidity, is easy to understand. Now here I am using solute as water. In that chemistry lecture we use solvent as water, but here I am considering solute as water and solvent as air. So when we are discussing about this humidity, we are considering the amount of water in air. So here the solution is humid air, solvent is air, and solute is water. Obviously water vapors present over there. What is humidity? I can explain simply. In definite volume of air, what is amount of water present? It simply I can call as humidity. Let us check out. I am having a cuboid or cube proper box. Say in black color I am showing front side, and in blue color I am showing back side of cube. So internal lines I should show like this, whereas external lines with black color. So it's very clear for you now. This is cube. Having cube means what? All sides should be same. This is 1 meter in length, 1 meter in breadth, and 1 meter in height. So what is the volume? Volume of cube equal to length into breadth into height. But for cube, the condition is that length equal to breadth equal to height. That's why everything is 1, 1, 1. So volume here is 1 into 1 into 1. So we are getting 1 cube, that is 1 only. Whereas this is length 1 meter, breadth 1 meter, and height 1 meter. So meter into meter into meter. So I should say this is cubic meter. So volume of this cube is now 1 meter cube. Now whatever amount of water present in this 1 meter cube air, that is called as humidity of that air. So I am using word very simply here, that I have to fix a definite volume. Now this definite volume, say this is a container, cube container, which is having length, breadth and height that is equal because it is cube. So 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter. So net volume is 1 meter cube. So in that 1 meter cube volume, whatever the amount of water molecules are present or water is present, that is called as humidity. It's simple. So I can explain here humidity as kilogram per meter cube or even gram per meter cube. So this way I can explain humidity. But in case of air, this type of humidity is not that useful. What word I am using? That useful. I have to consider some other concepts also in order to get concept of humidity. And for that purpose, the second type of humidity I have to discuss. That second type of humidity is given name as relative humidity. And so this type of humidity is given name as absolute humidity. So whatever I have explained here, this is absolute humidity. Again I am revising what is absolute humidity. Amount of water present in definite volume of air is called as absolute humidity. Here what is absolute humidity? Amount of water present in kilogram or gram, whatever unit you can take, per cubic meter here. Usually we are going by this type of unit, that gram per meter cube. This is absolute humidity. I am revising. Amount of water present in 1 meter cube volume of air, that is called as absolute humidity. So here absolute humidity concept is clear for you. Now we are going to explain what is relative humidity. Let us check out this air is there. Suppose in 1 meter cube air 5 gram water is there. Let us make it clear. 5 gram water is there in 1 meter cube air. Okay. Again, keep in mind whatever numbers, figures I am giving here, they are not real one. These numbers or figures I am using here to make concept clear. Don't consider that water always at 20 degrees Celsius 5 gram water is present in air. No, these all figures are just hypothetically taken in order to explain you the concept. This data is not real. Let us check out the 5 gram water present here in 1 metric cube volume. At, because this condition is required, suppose at 20 degrees Celsius. Now, in this container, I release fewer water vapors. Can it be there, or it will come out as precipitate? Now here precipitate is not in solid state. Precipitate is in form of droplets of water. Like you must have observed, suppose cold drink is filled in glass. Then outside the glass you will get accumulation of water vapors, accumulation of water droplets. That is the condensation. So like that water droplets will precipitated out here. Okay, I have to check. Like that I can add more and more water vapors, and I found that particular 10 gram per meter cube is solubility of that air. If 11th gram is added, then water will precipitate out. So this is the saturation point at 20 degrees Celsius. So at 20 degrees Celsius 1 meter cube volume of air will have 10 gram water. This is saturation point. Whereas my data shows that practically there is 5 gram water in that. So I have to put forward a concept, that is relative humidity. Relative humidity is given like this: amount of water present in a definite volume divided by amount of water required for saturation process for that volume. Okay, now here what is the amount of water present? That is 5 gram per meter cube in definite volume per meter cube. Whereas what is the amount of water required to saturate that air? That is 10 gram per meter cube at same temperature. This is not that this is at 20 degree and this is at 10 degree. No, at 20 degree only. So meter cube get cancelled. So it is 5 by 10. Usually this is given in terms of percentage. So I have to write down percent. So multiply by 100. So I am getting this as 5 ones are 5 twos are. And so this is 50. So I have to say relative humidity of air in this case is 50%. So this is the concept of relative humidity. You are getting idea? So first one, we observe that 5 gram water is present in 1 metric cube at 20 degrees Celsius. This is called as absolute humidity. So here I can replace this as relative humidity equal to absolute humidity upon amount of water vapors require to make saturate air at that same temperature. So this way, with help of absolute humidity, we can calculate what is relative humidity also. Now relative humidity concept is important. we can predict out various facts with respect to relative humidity and not with respect to absolute humidity. Say for example, usually if relative humidity is greater than 60%, we are calling that air as humid air. Humidity is more. Now we are staying in Mumbai, our classes are at Mumbai. We are saying Mumbai is having humid climate. What is the meaning of that? The relative humidity is greater than 60%. Suppose you are staying at Delhi. We are saying weather of Delhi is dry. Climate of Delhi is dry. What is the meaning that Delhi is having dry climate? That means relative humidity is less than 60%. Then the humidity is called as dry, or weather is called as dry. So this type of relative humidity, that concept is important. As temperature rises, the water holding capacity of air increases. Same like previous example of chemistry lecture. If for 20 degrees Celsius in definite volume 10 gram water is sufficient to saturate, then it will not. At 30 degrees Celsius temperature, suppose we made, it may take 20 gram per meter cube at 30 degrees Celsius. So more and more water is absorbed or present in air as temperature rises. We can accommodate more. Now suppose that same air, I have to check, I get this way, that 5 gram upon 20 gram, suppose at 30 degrees Celsius into 100. So 5 ones are 5 fours are. So here relative humidity will simply decrease to 25%. So by rising temperature of air, the water holding capacity of air increases. Absolute humidity will remain same, but relative humidity may change out according to water holding capacity. Now what will happen exactly? Let us check out. Suppose I am having absolute humidity as 30 gram. I am having absolute humidity as 30 gram per meter cube at any temperature, or say that is temperature I am mentioning here 40 degrees Celsius. Now saturation amount of water at 40 degrees Celsius is suppose 60 gram per meter cube at 40 degrees Celsius. So what is relative humidity over here? The relative humidity will be 30 upon 60 into 100, that goes clearly 50%. You can check out 0, 0, I can cancel out, 3 ones are 3 twos are, so that will be 50%. Here in this example it is 50%. Now saturated amount, let us check, will be 20 gram per meter cube at 10 degrees Celsius. Suppose in particular area afternoon temperature is 40 degree, amount of water present is 30. It will be 50% humid air. But now during night time temperature falls to 10 degrees Celsius. What will happen? The amount of water will be 10 gram. So here water already present, that is 30 gram. But now it is only 20 gram. It can hold. So 10 grams are excess. That 10 grams come out as precipitate. Getting idea? That will come out as precipitate in form of dew. Usually tips of grass or leaf, they are cold. They are acting as center of or nucleation center, and then the water droplets are formed on that. Sometime on dust this precipitation occur, and we are calling that as fog. So like that precipitation occur at night time. and water is removed from air by this way. So saturation amount is important. The temperature at which, I am revising concept, temperature at which absolute humidity and saturation amount of water in air is same, that temperature is called as dew point. Suppose here at say 12 degrees Celsius or 15 degrees Celsius, water holding capacity of air is 30 gram per meter cube. I am having already 30 gram per meter cube, and now at 15 degrees Celsius water holding capacity is also 30 gram per meter cube. Then this temperature 15 degrees Celsius is called as dew point for that particular air. Getting idea what is the concept of dew point, what is the concept of formation of dew, and what is the concept of precipitation. This way we have to take into account of humidity, that is relative humidity and absolute humidity. My request is there, these concepts are little bit confusing, and therefore instead of revising myself here again, what is the request that you have to revise it at yourself. So observe this lecture at least 2 times again till the concepts are clear. You can take your own examples and try to write down, find out what is absolute humidity and what is relative humidity over here. This is the part where we explain what is absolute humidity, what is relative humidity, what is dew point.